Here we look at another logic problem and trying to find, we're going to, again, like we did in example 1, we're going to look at building the information within the circles first and then going and answering the questions. But we're going to start at the bottom again like we did before, but we're going to run into a couple little snags. And so we're going to look at this, but we're going to do it very step by step so that you get a feel for exactly what you need to do. So the first one is this. Now in this one, this particular one, and I'll just label this number 1. Okay. In number 1, I know there's 180 that grew corn. So I'm going to label this wheat, corn, and oats. Okay. So corn, 180, what I know is that that is made up of section 2, section 5, section 6, VI, and section 3. Okay, those 4 sections. At this point, I know none of them. So I'm going to wait on this. Okay, but I'm going to just make a note that I know that I know something about that. There's an equation there. Then I'm going to go to 2, work my way up, and in 2, I know that there are 50 who grew wheat, which is, and oats. So I know that the 50 makes up wheat and oats. So it's made up of section 4 and section 5. Then I'm going to come up here to this one, and I know that this one is 60, and I know that it is made up of wheat and corn, so it's made up of section 2 and section 5. Okay. Now I'm going to come up here to number, I still haven't been able to put anything down on my graph yet. So I'm going to come up here, and I know that 200 grew wheat. So wheat, 200, is another one of those big equations. It's made up of section 1. It's made up of section 2 and section 5. And it's made up of section 4. Okay. Now, I come up here to number 5, and I know that only oats so has 90 in it. So I can put a 90 here. That's only oats, not wheat and oats, or wheat and oats and corn, or all 3. It's just. So it belongs in this little area here. So that's taken care of. Okay. Now 6. Okay. I know that 110 is only corn. So this figure must be 110. And I have a lot of patience, because then on my next pass, this is 5, 6, on the 7th pass, I am looking at only wheat. So this must be 125. So unlike the other examples that we didn't start in the center and work our way out. We're out here. And we know that there's 500 altogether, but that's not going to give us any, that's not going to tell us too much, because that's the sum of all the pieces. So now we have to know, the only thing we know for sure is we know the total of C, okay? But what we could do in step 8, we can start to look and see if we don't know something a little bit more beneficial. Well, I look here, and now I go back and I look at question number 1. I had 180, and it equaled section 2 and section 5. Oh, well, section 2 and 5 is 60. So I can replace that with a 60. Okay, this is 2 and 5 is 60, plus I know 3. So the only thing I have left in this equation is to figure out what this is. Because I don't know each one of these pieces, but I know these two pieces together. And so therefore, I work that through, and I come up with the fact that section 6 must be 10. Now I'm getting some things filled in. Now I can go to my next step, step 9. I'll look and see, well, do I know any other totals? Yes, I do. I know that 200 is made up of section 1, section 2, and section 5, and section 4. Well, if I know that, then I know that section 4, because I know 1, it's 125. I know these two together, I was told, is 60, and therefore the piece that I'm missing is what's left after I solve this little mini problem, and I get 15. Now, because I know that 4 and 5 together make 50, it's because 4 plus 5, b, equals 50, and I know that 4 is 15, so I can figure out that inside here must be a 35. And once I get that, I can work on the other, which is 2 and 5, which is 60, so this must be 25. Now I have all of the pieces to the puzzle that I need, and now I can start to answer the questions. Questions grew at least one of them. Well, at least one of them is the sum of all of these different ones. So you would add 125. So for question A, at least one crop is going to be the sum of all of these. 125, 25, 110, 15, 35, 10, 90. And I add those all together and I come up with 110. Next question says, grew all 3? That's 35, because I can read it off the problem. C, did not grow any of these. Well, none of these crops is going to be 500. Now I can use my 500 minus all of those, which was, oh, I'm sorry, this was 410, not 110. 410. And so I can come up with that 90 did not grow any of the crops. And D grew exactly 2, which is going to be exactly 2 again. Okay? And that's going to be 50. So the rule here is fill in the circles first. Put down what you know. The solution to solving mathematical problems is to start with what you know, work your way. What do I know from what I was given? What do I know? Now what more do I know? Now what more do I know? Fill in that circle, then you can answer the questions. Again, please be careful. Make sure your arithmetic is correct.